BCG is suing GameStop for $30 million. They think that they're owed a bunch of money because they created not a bunch of value, but a bunch of potential value for GameStop. Let's dig in why. GameStop is refusing to pay a $30 million bill to their consulting firm. And the only reason we know why is because the consulting firm has now sued GameStop to get that money. I mean, that's like, we do advisory work. We charge fees for that work. $30 million, that's a lot of money. Okay, a lot of money. GameStop stock. GameStop has a $12 billion market cap. They do $5 billion in revenue. They are not profitable. They lose money. So this was in 2020. And then early 2021 is when all of this started to unravel. So so BCG was doing work with them in 2020. They, were attaching their fees to the value that they created. They signed a contract in August of 2019 in an attempt to turn around the business. Once a highly profitable company, GameStop was in trouble. And BCG said, hey, we'll come and figure this out for you. BCG said that its contract with GameStop provided that BCG would be compensated on the greater of, so whichever of these two things is greater, a fixed fee or a variable fee based upon projected profit improvement. And so BCG is saying, hey, GameStop, you haven't given us the information to properly calculate how much profit improvement we have created for you, but we think it's roughly $30 million. The concept of basing BCG's variable fees on projected improvements rather than the actual results was negotiated and agreed upon by the parties specifically to ensure that BCG and GameStop's incentives were aligned. The structure was intended to incentivize BCG to significantly improve profits, prevent BCG from taking credit for and or being penalized for outside factors, and to protect BCG from additional factors such as GameStop's basically inability to execute. So they're doing it off of like predicted or projected profit improvement, not even actual profit improvement. There's just so many things that are crazy with this. I wish I could sign a deal. I can't sign. Who gets to sign a deal like this? We don't get to sign deals like this. Who is this chief transformation officer that BCG loved? This Daniel Kaufman guy. This is who they actually signed the contract with. So this is the guy who did the deal. He was at GameStop for 18 years. And now he has his own, guess what, management consulting firm. So I guess that's how juicy those contracts can be for BCG. Jim Bell, GameStop's CFO, basically was like, no, I'm not doing this contract. and just like wouldn't show up to the meetings and wouldn't give them the information so they could calculate their variable comp. It's interesting why it got to this point, right? Like these management consulting firms, BCG, McKinsey, they are so secretive about the dealings that they have. They don't even really like to mention who their clients are, let alone how they structure their contract. And like, especially when things go bad, having that really be like out there in the public domain. So they must feel really strongly about this, that they did really good work and they put in a lot of time for them to just go through the pain of being in the public spotlight like this. Over $30 million. By the way, BCG is like an $8 billion revenue company and they make phenomenally healthy margins on the work that they do. There's a funny quote from the company. This is the quote from GameStop. GameStop told the Financial Times, "We do not believe it is in our stockholders' best interest to pay the tens of millions of dollars sought by BCG, especially given their seemingly meager impact on the company's bottom line. We will fight this suit and are proud that GameStop no longer utilizes the likes of BCG for any services." GameStop also said the lawsuit reflects BCG's prioritization of excessive fees over clients' interests. It is confounding that the high-priced consultants at BCG claim to have delivered hundreds of millions in value for GameStop during a period when share price, sales, and debt were at perilous levels. Yeah, I mean, grand scheme of things, BCG, all this negative press, $8 billion company, $30 million bill. Ooh, yeah, it just seems like a pretty tall order. But yeah, they're going for it. And they're in it now. So, and the press is all over this thing. I mean, it has not been a good couple of years for these large management consulting firms. Look at this spat between BCG and GameStop, or McKinsey's deal in South Africa. Like literally, like the country of South Africa banished McKinsey. You know, there is value that these consultants can create, but it just seems really loosey-goosey, like projected profit share and really high variable fees, even if the company doesn't like implement them. I don't know. It just seems a little detached from reality, BCG. I mean, come on.